Okay. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. This is May 26, 23. Again, I was just giving kudos to Mary and Baz on covering for me last week while I was out celebrating birthdays and baptisms and everything else all last weekend out in Colorado. The weather was gorgeous out there. Baz, sorry I didn't have time, man. It was a tight schedule. I wanted to get to come and see you. But it was back to back the whole weekend because I had the whole family out there,
There's always an
and so we were busy. I actually went to some amusement park in downtown Denver that I'd never been to, Ilex or something like that, and we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend the place for kids and families. Really good. And then of course, just good time was had by all with the birthday parties and stuff like that. But the weather did hold up. As you knew, it was a little intermittent there. It was raining every once in a while, but sun stayed out for the party, and that's all it counted for the bounce house and everything else. But so again, thanks everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AI We Care Team Nowsite user group, where we meet every Friday morning at 11:30 Central Time. Thanks for spreading the word and having people join us. For those out there watching us on the recorded session, thanks for joining us as well. We hope you get a lot of information out of this. And if you can, join us in person. Also, bring any guests. Anyone you'd like to have come and join us to learn more about Nowsite, just let us know and we'll put them on the invitation list. And doing that. Well, as always, we're going to start with the 411 with Mary, and she's going to let us know. And we just got off the Nowsite corporate call a little while ago, and we got some good stuff to share with you. So, Mary, all over to you, kiddo.
Am I driving?
You're driving.
Oh, wonderful. Whoops, wrong button. Click, share. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. I want to bring your attention to our homepage for the team. Remember, that's at aiwecareteam.now.site. And I want to bring you over to the month of May. And this is actually on the platform itself. Again, we need to wish Steve a happy birthday from last weekend. He had a wonderful birthday too.
It's another year.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right. If you were not
happy
on,
birthday. I think we should sing happy birthday.
oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
You lead,
AI
Mary.
choir. I don't lead. Happy
lead.
birthday.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
Steve.
Steve.
Happy birthday to you.
God, awful.
All together
No,
now.
it was
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Okay, for y'all that are commission earning affiliates or those affiliates who took care of the upgrade that they offered a couple of months ago, you do need to attend the fun mandatory affiliate meeting, which happens typically the last week of the month. This is where they're going to show in. We wanted to, but it's not in everybody's account, but we were promised we'll have instant websites before the developers go home tonight. On which continent that is, I don't know. I don't know which time zone that's in. So just look for it by tomorrow.
They had a little glitch along the way.
There was a glitch. But if you have not listened to this or come here to fill out your Google Doc, there's not a place to save this. It's just a matter of filling it in and then hitting the submit button and it goes to commissions. Okay. So again, like I tell you every month, please use your affiliate name. If you have another name that you're using besides your actual real name, make sure that that's there. Make sure this is the email address that you type in to log into your Nowsite account. Your first code word, your second code word, your third code word. They're all on the video. We're not going to stop the video to tell you. And then what do you think a surprise is? Okay, and this is going to lead us up to the very next announcement. Not that one, this one. The biggest Nowsite announcement ever And we know we've seen that a couple of times before, but I can tell you Nowsite has never acquired another company. So in this respect, this is their biggest announcement ever. This is their first acquisition to take on another company. Their strong suit is a CRM system. They have over 20,000 users worldwide. Okay, that's going to be a key part of the biggest announcement ever, is that you are going to share in that possibility of getting to those 20,000 users. So just be ready for a promo page. I know it's June 1st. I know they're going to do something. Just I can feel it. Okay, this is going to be a party to kick off the summer, which will lead me to my second announcement. The convention, the in-person event with all sorts of side bets and fun and ribbons and trophies and all that stuff will be in Vegas. The date is July 28th, 29th. There'll be a reception on Friday. There'll be the convention all day Saturday, along with the other antics and fun that some people have put forth, like a race in the parking lot, bowling, push-ups. So all sorts of different things outside of Nowsite will be happening that weekend. Because of my eye issue, I will not be in Las Vegas. So if you'd like to go and represent the team and get AI t-shirts, we can make that possible. But just know you're not going to find me in Vegas. I couldn't even land with all those lights. So don't go ahead and book your flight. Don't necessarily book a hotel yet. Okay. There's going to be some surprises that come out on Thursday at 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern on Thursday, June 1st. So mark your calendars. The big announcements will happen. We will know who the company is that we just acquired by acquisition. And we will find out more about what's going to happen when we come together, or when y'all come together in Las Vegas. Okay. The last time they were in Las Vegas was 2019, and right before the pandemic hit, and we were still royalty at the time. So this will be a Nowsite launch in Vegas under Nowsite's name now. Also want to bring you to this part of the promo. This has been extended to May 31st. So you have until Wednesday night at 11:59 EST to have somebody enrolled. Now, understand the cash bonuses have gone away. However, they can still get their first month of Nowsite Unlimited for $19 a month. Then it rolls to $99. Or they can take part in the annual subscription at $490 and use that promo code of $490. In respect, use that for $19 for their first monthly plan. So make sure that you're offering this through the end of the month so that people can get in now before the big announcements that they make on June 1st. Okay. One of the things that I will share with y'all is coming is instant sales, AI, landing pages, more formats, email, and an instant onboarding, which is also very helpful for those of us who do onboard. Steve and I still onboard new people. So if you need us to walk somebody through, there's not only the company level, but you have us here on the team level as well. Any questions about the announcements I just went through?
I just put a thing in the chat. Richard asked about the if there was any increase for the website AI one click, and the answer is no.
No.
All the AI add-ins that are being done, there is no price increases. You'll automatically get them on your site.
Awesome.
And there's no forecast to increase that rate right now, so
Hmm.
it's not on the horizon. Now we're going 6 weeks out. We're not Justin. We can't tell you absolutely positively no, but you can rely on right now. If you're currently on the subscription, you have ChatGPT 3 in your system. If you did the upgrade, you have ChatGPT 4. There's not a look difference between 3 and 4. It's just the matter of material it'll pull for you as far as content goes.
You will need to have ChatGPT 4 on your platform though, for when they get to video and when they get to, what was the other one? Video and something else.
Audio.
Yeah, I think the video and audio are the same,
Audio is the same. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
but there's another one. I can't remember, but you'll need the $14 upgrade to do that. One of the questions I meant to ask this morning, which I didn't do, in the plans and pricing, when they're going to add those options in there, if you want to add them on. Currently, you have to email support and tell them that you want to upgrade.
Keep it simple and keep emailing support and get a copy of it.
How do you know if you've got Chat GPT 4?
Only if you bought it.
If you did the
Only if you
upgrade,
bought it? I didn't buy the upgrade.
Yep.
okay, then you don't have 4. Also, Android users, this week you should be able to refresh your phone and have the AI availability on your phone.
Yeah, I did it yesterday. It's up, Mary.
Okay, well, Apple got it first, so
Yeah. I got like a
I
week and a
showed
half
last
ago.
week what we did.
Yeah.
Is that a simple upgrade or do we have
Yeah,
to
what you
install and
need-
reinstall?
You need to uninstall and then reinstall.
All right.
Have they granted access yet to the instant web pages or no?
No, it'll be today, Nelson. They made the announcement. They had a glitch on Wednesday when they did the rollout. So Justin put the brakes on it to get it fixed. And they said, as Mary said earlier, it'll be out by the end of today.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Johnny, you asked me for this last week, so it is here. Your memory jogger page, you can go to the tips and tricks section and you can download 7 pages of memory joggers to find out who you want to talk to. I don't know why grandparents was scratched out on here. This was a list of Network Marketing Pro, Eric Worre's list. So you can have plenty to choose from here. Make a list of those people that you need to talk to. This was part of the series of Get 30 Recruits in 30 Days. So that's what I have copied this out of. So the memory jogger list is in the button on the top of the page. Also, if you're using Calendly, there are going to be some changes, and I just went ahead and copied the email I got this morning. So your Google anti-spam policies will impact your Calendly meetings. For those of you using Calendly, I thought you might want to see this. So you can go through Calendly. That just came out this morning. That's why I've got it dated up here at the top. So it's in my inbox. If you're all Calendly members, you should have one as well. Also, I have noticed this last week, my AT&T email is going to spam. So if somebody has sent me an email and I haven't replied back to you, it's because, or I replied and it goes to your spam folder. You don't come to my spam folder, but if you don't see a reply from me, look in your spam folder.
Yeah, ditto with me as well.
So don't know why we've both been dumped into spam, but for some reason, I guess we both are. So I'm also going to clean up the list. So if you would like to stay on our list to get email reminders about the meeting, please drop us an email saying, yes, I want to stay on your list. Because I'm going to take and clean out the other list and just start emailing those that have replied. So if you want to be on the list, send an email and I'll put it in the chat. So you can email AI We Care nowsite@gmail.com. So that is the team email. Steve and I both received that. So if you want to stay on the email list, please reach out to us or send us an email. That's the only way you're going to stay on the list right now, because I think that's one of the reasons we're both getting spammed is we send out the master list of everybody.
Yeah.
So we're going
What's
to
that
reduce
email?
that.
What's that email address?
AI, we care, nowsite@gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, so we've updated the May page, so it has all of the information for May. We've updated the tip section, so you have a memory jogger list and the Calendly information there. That's really all I have as new stuff.
Yeah. The
Did
other
I
thing
miss
is that,
something?
yeah, well, no, the other thing I just want to like notice because there was a delay because Mary recorded last week and then I had to do my magic with it. But last week's team meeting has now been posted up on the team page and also on on our YouTube channel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's the wizard at that, so all postings get there.
So
All right,
that's all been
Melissa,
taken
just
care of.
send us an email.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because I was one of the viewers because I wasn't there last week, so I sat down and I watched it yesterday. I'm doing that. So let's see what else. Let's see if there's anything else going on.
Oh, the new company that we're acquiring does have a good Chrome extension. So we are going to incorporate that into the Nowsite platform. So make sure that you love your Google because that's what Nowsite is designed to work the best on.
What company is that, Mary?
We'll know June 1st.
Although I put my reporter's hat on and did some stuff and did some sleuthing and I put money on who I think it is. I think I know who it is, but I can't say. But would you say, Mary, based on everything that all the clues we've gotten, it's a pretty good chance that's the company?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if it is, we're in good soup because they have one of the best CRMs in the business.
So look for addresses to be added to that. Look to be able to sort your contacts. Look to be able to have more information in there than what you have right now. So Stellar is the path for our CRM system coming in the near future, next 3 months, to the platform that you dearly love called Nowsite.
Yep. And again, no additional raise in costs. Part of the act, there'll be no additional rate increases based on the acquisition.
And there's great new education coming our way. So for those of you who would like to learn over the summer, there'll be some learning over the summer we can absolutely accomplish and plug into their systems as well.
So I have a question for you. Last week we talked about, I asked a question as to whether Nowsite's tutorial on how to build a website was going to be up and able to be reviewed. And you said it would be the following Thursday, which was yesterday. I was working. Has it been done?
No, that is the instant website. I can take you through a couple of the steps, but I can't take you through the final 60 seconds of it creating a landing page. Okay. So
I've got that then. Okay. That was just curious. Thank you.
sure.
Yeah, like they said, there was a little hiccup on doing the rollout, but there will be, they did talk about an additional button. So you'll have a website, instant website button, but you'll also have an instant landing page button too.
Oh, okay. Nice to know.
That's eventually coming.
All right. Thank you.
But the instant websites, the 60 seconds it takes to go through AI, create a business profile, then go open your websites. you'll have a button there that you'll be able to click it and it will remember what the business profile is that you were doing.
And that's like we've said in past weeks. Review your business profile. If you're not happy with it, give the AI more information and have it craft one even better for you, because everything is going to be based off of the business profile. Just like it used to be in the old days where everything was based on the website. You had to do a website first before anything else would work. Now it's going to be you have to do a business profile before anything else works. And you have to make sure everything's connected. Make sure your email addresses that you want to use are connected. Make sure your social media accounts are connected that you want to use. Make sure that you're doing all that preliminary work, because there are no shortcuts. If you don't do the work up front, and the better work you do up front, the better results will be on the back end.
Okay.
So I went here to the AI button and I went to the business profile section. You can add a business new. Let's just do Royal Times. It's all I typed into it about the Royals. Y'all saw that. And then it's going to come up and produce copy. It will present taglines. It will present business description and keywords. Royalty, newsletter, British monarch, European kingdoms, vintage photos. Okay. Then you can hit save on this. And I'm going to do it live and see if this. Okay, it's saving. Make sure you notice the upper right-hand corner, the green line going to from right to left. Then click on websites, and it's not here yet. There'll be another tag up here that you can add new website, and it'll have that button that you can pull in from that business. So it's not in my system yet.
You want to show them the demo that because you have the video. It's on the. Oh no, we can't because it's got the words in it. Oops. Yeah, we can't. You have to go watch the video on the website to see a demo of actually it in action. But it's pretty cool how they do it.
So that's a good reason to spend about 30 minutes on the May page looking at the code word snippets for creating the landing page, because it's all spelled out right there for you. They do a couple of them there live on the call. So stay tuned, watch that. Okay. Does anybody?
A question about the code words. You say it's on the main page?
On May for the month.
Oh, May.
Yeah, you have to watch the video to get the code words.
Okay. All right. In May.
If not, we would go into jail if we tell you what they are.
Absolutely.
So May's recording, and that'll have code word. Will it have the code words in the title of the May recording, or do I just
No, it is within hang on a second, websites. I could have gone there again. Sorry, it's just going to load again. So every month we have the code words. See this where it says the Google Doc? That's where you fill the form out for. But this video right here, Roman's Ramen.
Okay.
31 minutes and 58 seconds is how long the training lasted Wednesday.
And you'll also see a demo of them building 2 one-click websites.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you.
They did real estate, Roman's Ramen, Anyway, but it's shorter this month.
Yeah,
Last month
usually
it
it's
was a
about
little
40.
longer.
Usually it's about
So-
45 minutes.
Okay. Anybody else have questions? Something they're working on that that they need some assistance on, or would like some group participation?
Hi, this is Adrian. In reference to the code words and filling out the form, is there a deadline during the month, a set deadline to have that information
Yeah,
done?
the 14th.
It's the 14th of the following month because payday is on the 15th. I recommend that you fill out the code words as soon as possible and submit them in. That's why the day of the event, the meeting wasn't even over yet before the Google Doc was on our team page. So it was in the chat section, but nobody can see the chat section on the record side. So I put the Google Doc up first. Later that afternoon, the video rendered. Cheryl put it up on Vimeo, and then I copied it and put it on the page.
Thank you.
Question for you.
Mhm.
Do we have anybody on here that's using the SMS texting program, and have you had problems with it?
I've used it, Travis, and if using the numbers you're using carefully, because of the like to put you in the doghouse and send you to spam, which will cancel text message campaign. So if you're doing the text message via sending, make sure you know the people who you're sending it to, or at least have built a relationship with their email, so they know it's you.
Okay, are you sending out how many at a time on the SMS?
At one time, I only send about 25. Any
Okay.
more than that, you start to piss people off in the cell phone providers.
Okay, good to know, because I've had they blocked me once, even though I knew that I had everybody's personal cell phone number in the process.
So
Okay,
when if you send a message to them privately first and say, I'm sending you a number, please respond to it so that the S providers can see it's not spam. It's a bit like when you first start address up. It's better to respond to it each time, or get them to respond to certify the email is real rather than a spam email. Same
Right.
sort of principle.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Baz.
I learned from the best. That's what it was.
So one of the things I was talking about, Richard, that I do for one of my clients, you guys may find out it's interesting, is that I do a newsletter for them every month, and not talking about the newsletter that is the template in Nowsite, but I use a web page, a landing page, as a newsletter, and I create everything and do it that way. But what I did was, for the first time, we always have an article in there about different automotive maintenance things that you need to do to keep your car running longer, better. And we also always have an offer in there once a month. This month, it's a free AC diagnostic checkup on your AC with every oil change you get, and do that. And then if it needs a Freon added, they add Freon to it up to one can for free, which is pretty good because that's like about $8 or $9 to do that. So, and we emphasize that they only use OEM parts, that they're an ASE certified shop, and that they, that they use only quality products. So for the first time, I had AI write the article for me. And I fed it into it and I said, why are regular oil changes necessary for a vehicle? And what's the difference between bulk oil and premium oil? and why synthetic is better than blend. And how often should you have your oil changed and what you should look for. So I put into it, and it wrote this great article for me. It was perfect. And even the owner of the shop said, "My God, we got to do this every month." But one of the things I did do on the article was at the bottom of the article in the signature, I put, "This article was generated by artificial intelligence and edited by a human." So I gave an acknowledgement so people knew where it came from. And I think that's something we need to start putting more in practice on a regular basis, is actually, if you're going to use AI stuff and it needs to be noted, you should note what you used it for and doing that.
Can I add to that, Steve?
Sure.
If you give the chat for credit, and you put it into a link at the bottom, a message to that platform, i.e. Bing and Microsoft or whatever, and there's a possibility they could credit you in a new monthly newsletter by them.
Good to know.
If
Yeah.
that happens, you will, and you think website or whatever source you give it, your website traffic will go by about 75% overnight.
Wow. Good to know. We'll start doing that, Bass. Thank you. But I just said, I was sitting there and going, this is really cool. So what it enables me to do now is I know what the next 3 monthly specials are going to be. So now I can actually have AI generate that content, those tips and tricks every month in that newsletter for me in advance. And I can build those newsletters in advance and have them ready to go with 3 months in advance. And, and I used to write that content. I used to research it and write it, and it would take me 2 or 3 hours to write those articles. Now it took me, I don't know, 35, 40 seconds for it to generate that article, and took me about another 15 minutes to edit it to make sure it was correct and flowed correctly. Because as you learn and you prompt AI, you'll learn how to even put more shortcuts into your work if you prompt it correctly. So I'm still in that learning process of prompting as well. But I can't wait, because the next thing I'm really, excited about is when they have the ability to do videos in Nowsite. Because what I want to do is I want to start going to some of my clients and doing some video clips and add them into the newsletter, like meet the owner, meet the transmission specialist, meet the suspension specialist, meet the engine specialist, and have them, get them to meet the people, to even bring more of a personal feeling and let the people know that they appreciate their work. And that's the whole idea for the newsletter to their customers, is this is a thank you gift, show you appreciation because we care about your vehicle and how you maintain it. So you can run it longer and do stuff, And we're going to do a special newsletter because the guy who owns the shop is retired, and his son and the other guys actually do the day-to-day. But Daryl comes in, and what he does is he builds custom motors for NASCAR. That's his hobby. So he's got several NASCAR teams that he actually builds the engines for and do that. So I'd like to do a little story on him and put it on the website about Daryl and how, does your local mechanic build NASCAR engines? To build credibility for them, right? So, I mean, think about when you're working with people, or, in my case, how can help benefit and build their image. And then we'll go ahead. And like I told Daryl, he's got an engine he's getting ready to send out to North Carolina next week. So I said, well, before you do that, and you button it up, let's get pictures of it, and as you crate it and everything else, and then let's use that on social media to do different things like that. So think about these things in your own business. How do you promote your own business? What you can do. Imaging and video is extremely powerful when it's presented in the right way. So, I mean, that's a little thing that I, went through this week with my client and doing that, and they're getting great response. I mean, even on the newsletters when we send it out, we've got about 360 people on their client list or customer list, and we're adding to it every week. But we had over 290 opens this week that actually read it. And we know right now, because I talked to Greg, his office manager, this morning, that off the newsletter, they've already booked 6 jobs for next week. So, I mean, it's, it depends what the needs are. But, the other thing we're getting ready to do for them is we're going to build a campaign on Nextdoor for them. And what prompted me on that was about a month ago, I was, you get those notifications from Nextdoor if you belong to Nextdoor. And one of the notifications I got was, does anybody know a good auto mechanic? So I went down there, I went in the comments section, and the third comment down, my client was mentioned. I went down a couple more comments, my client was again mentioned. And doing that, and I said, well, this doesn't take rocket science. We need to go ahead and start advertising on Nextdoor locally within a 10-mile radius of their store, and start posting ads on there. And then because they've also they've got great Google ratings. They've got 5-star ratings. These guys are the real deal. I mean, they stand behind their work. I mean, they are first class. They guarantee all their work 24 months. Just to, most of their work's built by word of mouth, but a lot of people went away from them when Daryl retired because they didn't have the same confidence in his, although it was the same crew, he wasn't run the day operation. But what they don't realize is his son has been to school and has passed all the exams as an ASE master tech. So he's a master tech. And I mean, I'm amazed when I'm over in the shop how they do diagnostics. I mean, they go, well, I never do. I mean, I learned something the other day. So they had this GM product. I think it was a Buick Regal in there. And every time they start up and it would run for a few minutes, it would shut itself off. And it kept on throwing a code on manifold pressure or something like that. And Greg, says, well, unplug the mass flow reader, sensor on it. Just unplug it and see if it shuts off. So they let it run for 10 minutes and didn't shut off. Even though the computer didn't throw a problem. The problem was the mass flow sensor. They fixed it and it was fixed. But I mean, how many mechanics would know to do that? So those are the type of things we want to get testimonials and stuff like that. So think about this when you're building your own business. A lot of times we underestimate ourselves. I mean, I'm famous for that. I take for what I do for granted because I do it. You can't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes you have to pick a few leaves and figure out what you're really good at. And, it's okay to brag on yourself. I mean, that was hard for me to learn on social media. I mean, remember, Mary, when I talked about that, when I started posting? I mean, I went to the seminar, and the hardest thing was for me to post about myself. I post about everybody else, but because of the generation I grew up in, you're always taught, let your work speak for itself. And the new generation, no, it's all about self-promotion. And so, what I started doing, I've gotten away from it, but I need to do it, is I was posting on social media, thanking my new client for having trust in us and joining us, and thank you for becoming a part of the family in the consultation business. 2 years ago, that would have been the farthest thing from my mind to even do. So for us older guys, it's okay to pat yourself on the back and promote yourself. These Generation Zs and stuff like that, they like to see that stuff. I mean, they're all about themselves. Like selfies and doing this and going to dinner there and going to this park and everything else. I mean, I still don't post that stuff. I mean, I'm very, you guys who know me on, the only thing I ever post about is I repost stuff. I never really post any original work I do, except for that kind of stuff. So do a little bit better on self-promotion, on posting about yourself and what you do. If you get a new client, celebrate it. Post it on Facebook, post it on LinkedIn. Thank them for having trust in doing business with you. If you have a success with a client, share it. put it out on social media, do those type of things. It's the nice thing about 3-click marketing is you can use your own URL and you can create your own URL or testimonials right on Nowsite and just direct it to that thing. Or you can post your own videos up on YouTube or Vimeo, and you can actually put them up there and promote yourself. One of the things that's it's still hard for me because I'm still that old school guy is like, I find it very hard about bragging on myself. It's just not built into my DNA. But I'm learning in today's marketing world is not only is it acceptable, it's sought out. So, do what you can to work on that a little bit more and start doing that kind of stuff. Mary, anything else you'd like to add today?
Thanks for those tips. I think we all sat here and took notes from you.
Yeah,
So,
that's one of the things I'm learning that from my man Baz. Baz does a great job on that stuff.
What? Who?
All the stuff that you post, man. And then that's the other thing. Take care of your friends here. If somebody posts something up on LinkedIn and you see it, repost it and share it. Help a friend out.
The other thing to do that as well, if you're building personal brands, create a story around what you are passionate about. Share that story with others. I was speaking to someone yesterday about something very similar. And like attracts like. And there are thousands, if not millions of people just like you out there. Share your story because you don't know where that will resonate or who it will resonate with. And be authentic when you do it. Give a call to action. Give something for them to do. Be inspiring and unique to them. People are buying and investing in personal brands and people rather than companies and corporate sectors now. You can have both. You can have a corporate brand, but your personal brand will sell more from an emotional point of view than a corporate standpoint, because you haven't got the capacity or the credibility of likes of Apple or Microsoft, IBM. You have to build a personal brand, and the way you do that is stories, because those stories matter.
Yeah, there was actually I was going to share this with Patricia Ross, who's one of my clients as well, and she's a publisher. And there was a great article about these companies now about publishing family history. Before, like guys like me check out, there's a lot of great stories I have that my kids don't even know about my career, about what I did when I was younger, and you can literally dictate into these different platforms, and it will actually write chapters for you. It'll actually self-publish. And what a gift you can give to your family if you can leave your story and doing things like that. So I'm looking at actually making the investment and doing something like that. So
I actually wrote a book on AI. It's 50,000 words. It took me 4 days. And you can self-publish it now on Amazon. Just as a thought, if you're thinking about being an author.
That's another way. Yeah, but Amazon's a great place to self-publish.
Yeah.
And do that stuff. So
and if you want a template to do it, please let me know. I've got it.
Yeah. So just don't limit yourself into the world of Nowsite. Use Nowsite as a tool to grow outside and expand your brand. And as Baz said, personal brand is so important. I mean, if it wasn't so important, you wouldn't have these 19-year-olds that are influencers on TikTok making $1 million a year. And all it is their own brand. They've built their own trust brand in building followers on doing what they ever want to do. There was some gal, I saw her, I guess on 60 Minutes a couple of years ago, who just started like using people's products and makeup products and stuff like that. And she got a contract from Revlon for $1 million a year. for just being on there and promote. But the problem is when they get paid promotion, then it's not biased, and then it becomes biased. So that's the other part you have to watch on that. Okay, Mary, we got 1 minute left. Are we about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think we are. Please mark your calendars for June 1st, 11 Eastern. I'm sorry, noon Eastern, 11 Central. Any of the other time zones, y'all are on your own. So please mark your calendar for June 1st. If you do plan to go to Vegas for the Nowsite in-person convention, know that Justin has already bought his ticket. So that weekend is a pretty safe bet that that's going to happen. So again, that is June 28th, 29th in Las Vegas. Don't worry about booking a room yet. Wait till the announcement comes out on Thursday. I will tell you they're dropping maybe a block of rooms someplace. You may be able to win some suites or some rooms. There's going to be other announcements dropped. So just keep that in mind. Of course, we will recap you right here on the 411 for next Friday. So we'll have all the information that they give out on Thursday. So please stay tuned for our call, but absolutely be on the call from them. They're going to do all 3 languages, English, German, and French, I believe at the same time. So bear with them because they are going to talk in 2 other languages while they do the rollout of that. So it's all going to be at the same time, same call. So English, French, German, English, French, German, some sort of way that that's going to happen. I really like it when they just do one language, but they didn't ask us. But it's going to be announcements for everybody to take place of, so nobody gets put first. So just understand that. See y'all on Thursday at nowsite.today, and we'll see you right back here, same channel, same time,
Right.
at the
Mary?
AWT Care Team. Yes.
Yes, Richard.
Yeah, Mary, I may have misheard you. Did you say June 28th and 29th? Because I thought initially you said July, and July
Yeah.
28th and 29th
July.
is a weekend.
Yeah, it's July.
July.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the last thing for you out there watching us, thank you very much for watching today. We hope you learned a little bit there, and please feel free to join us. Also, if you need help with your Now site, you can go to the AIWeCareTeam.now.site page, and you can connect with Mary and I there. Go to our Calendarly link and book time with us, and we'll be more than happy to help you on your journey with Nowsite to get you moving in the right direction. And don't feel afraid. Now, if you don't see a time on our calendars, we do block out time to actually work. So if you need something and it's an emergency, go ahead and text us. And if we've got some time open, we'll get you into the next available slot when we may have 10 or 15 minutes open where we can help you out. So again, thank you, everybody. This has been the AI We Care Team Nowsite Users Group meeting of May 26th. We will call this one a wrap, and we will see you in June.
Yeah, we will.
Have
Thank
a
you
have a
all.
wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Hey,
Yes, Paul.
Steve,
Yes.
Stop the
I sent
recording.
you a link